for the handles for the cart, I went to Carts Vermont because I like the looks of their carts, at least for the handles. So I've got a handle and a leg, and I'm hoping that I'm going to be able to make this work. So there's what I got. One is supposed to be the leg, and one is supposed to be the handle. Now here I'm over in the barn where the tubing bender is, and I had to spread that to get around the tub, but then to come back to the axle, I've got a very slight bend to bring this section back parallel to the ground, and I'll do that to the other side, because otherwise it will interfere with the wheels because I've spread the handle out so much. So what I was after with the bending, as you can see down there, I've got a bend. It goes around the tub and goes down to the axle. Same on the other side. And that is going to be my pull handle. Well, with some effort, I got that clamped, that side and the other side. And then you come around, and I've got it supported like that, and that is going to be the handle, roughly like that. So there's the chassis with the pull handle attached. I just welded that flat spot where they bolt it to the axle. Nothing special, but you can see the bends that I put in with my tube bender. For the tow hitch, I've got the extended hole drilled. I got the end cap to stop it from pulling through, and I've got the other hole for the retracted. Now I've just got to figure the length that I want, cut it off, and fabricate a clevis hitch. And there's the axle in the extended position with the hitch that I welded up, ready for its first tow. So there is the cart with the tub on. The only thing left to do is to cut the tailgate out. I'm going to attempt to cut out the tailgate. I've got my reciprocating saw with a fine metal tooth blade. I figured the fine tooth might be better than the coarse. Got a couple marks that matches the bottom of that, and we'll just have to see if it'll work. Most I can do is screw it up. Fell off my stand. But that's basically how I'm going to do it. I'll get back to you when we're farther along. One little bit's caught. Let go. There we go. So what I got to do now is cut that right across there flat, and I'll be done. So the cutting is done. A little rough. I'm going to take some sandpaper and a sanding block and clean that up, but that's basically what I wanted, like a pickup truck, so that if I do put soil or whatever in there, I can pick the front end up and it will dump just like a dump truck. Or I can't do it if I got the back on. Now for the third leg that's going to hold the cart upright when it is not connected to a lawn tractor or an ATV, I took the other handle and I cut the legs to 11 inches. Then I put it on the pipe bender and took that 90-degree and bent it a little bit more. Then I took the end and put it on the anvil and flattened it out so that it's ready to slide up on that frame. And then I'm going to pivot it with a couple bolts. And it will hold the cart when it is just stationary. When it's being towed, if it does get hit, it will pivot backwards and then you just bring it back down again when you need to use it as a hand cart. Now the hardware for the pivots, I went to Ace Hardware again. So I've got two 5/16. One is 1 inch, the other is 1.5 inches, I think it is, because I couldn't get two of 1 inch. Then I've got two 5/16 nylox. This is all stainless. And I got two 8mm washers that are stainless. And I've got 4 fiber washers for the pivot. Oh yeah, if you want the prices, that's what I paid. Okay, this is a shot of the undercarriage. The last piece to put on is this 1 inch cap that's on the threaded tow pipe. Now that I've got it set the correct length so that when you pull this all the way up, it stops it and this slides right in, and so it's pulling on this and it's pulling on that. Then when you pull this out and let that down so that it hits the axle, if you get it aligned just right, the collapsed holes align and you can tighten down your hitch clip. So here is my version of a utility cart. You can pull it by the handle, you can extend the tongue and tow it with an ATV or a garden tractor. The back end looks like a dump truck and you can actually dump soil or rocks or whatever with it. I have test pulled it around the yard. I have test pulled it with the ATV, but it's been empty. So now we have to do some performance testing. That'll be proof of concept. Just because it looks good, that doesn't mean it works good.